How to grow your stock trading account by losing money. That sounds totally counterproductive, but let me just explain. And in all actuality, this is what I think causes a lot of beginner traders to not necessarily fail, but to really put themselves on the wrong pathway. And then they start to focus on way too many of the wrong things. And those wrong things being, hey, it's all about winning. It's all about winning. Now, of course, you do need to win as a trader if you're going to grow your account. But the truth of the matter is, you need to lose money in order to grow your account. But not just lose money. Let me throw in a word. Lose money wisely. Be a great loser. And that's kind of the philosophy around my community is, hey, be a great loser. When you're a great loser, then you can open up many other opportunities. But I do also acknowledge just saying, hey, be a great loser. I mean, that's just totally a soundbite. What does that actually mean? What does that actually look like? Well, just so you know, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you with theory. I'm going to show you an actual real life trade from a portion of my live trade videos that I've done. So you can see what I talk about here on the chalkboard briefly play out in the real world. So no worries if you're somebody that's not a big fan of theory and you want to see something play out, you want to see some actual practical knowledge of something and practical, wherewithal of it, taking place in the real world of trading. You're going to see that. Now, just to set up some context here, and I want to go through a little bit of psychology here because this is what can get a lot of people. But as you're going to see, I should say, you're going to see me approach FRAN. And I will tell you, when I was approaching it, it's a beautiful setup. If you don't see why it's a beautiful setup, that's okay. But that would kind of just be a little mile marker that, yeah, you probably need to work on your chart patterns, chart vision a little bit, which is fine. I mean, we're all at different portions of our journey. But I mean, it was truly a beautiful looking setup. So I saw Fran and it was just one of these, right? I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful looking setup. And then, well, we'll just see what happens. But what I want you to keep in mind, because this is where, at least in my experience, and I mean, I've been around helping traders, guiding traders since 2013. So I've seen this come up a lot. But within this whole trade plan, and it's not like super, super long, but there is just a lot of holding. And I was thinking, should I cut the video or should I just let the whole thing play through? And I decided to let the whole thing play through so you get the mental aspect of just holding, waiting, holding some more, waiting. What is this thing going to do? And it does. In fact, I'm commenting on the video. I don't know. Should I just pause it right now? I actually apologize to the listeners for making them sit through this holding. But the tricky part about that is why I'm leaving it in here is that when you hold and hold and hold, there is a sense of entitlement that almost shows up. There's a sense of, well, I deserve for this to work out. Look how patient I'm being. Look how disciplined I'm being. I'm not being spooked out. I'm not just randomly getting out. I'm being patient. I'm holding. And then all of a sudden, because I'm holding, because I'm being patient, because it was a beautiful setup, I'm entitled to a winning trade here. This thing needs to work out in my favor. I mean, it was a beautiful setup. I'm being so patient. Surely it's going to work out. Well, I'll just leave it at that, and let's go and watch this first part of the trade.
All right, it's making a move here, or it looks like it wants to make a move. Had actually a false break to the downside and is now coming back to the upside, but there it goes. In there at 10.18. So I anticipated the break here a little bit, and we'll see if it can ultimately get up there and push through or not. But yeah, 10.20, going to be that key area. And right now, I'm taking on risk by having gotten in before that level even broke, but I like the chances it can break, and there is the break. Ooh. Not the greatest of breaks there at all. But I love this volume that's pouring in. So I want to give it some wiggle room here. But yeah, I'll be the first to admit I thought it'd go a little bit more on that original break of 10.20. Well, this one might have gotten me here. I want to give a little wiggle room, especially when it's pre-market, but yeah, that was not exactly what I wanted to see at all. But we'll see if it wants to make another push to get back up above 10 here. Wow, that was a great move too. Huge volume. Price was looking great. And then just like that, the party evaporated on me. Like I said, let's see if it wants to give it another go. No, it's barely moving at all. All right, do I want to make you sit through this, or should I just pause the video when something's actually happening? Whether that's me needing to take the loss, or if this thing is starting to, try to move again. Well, all right, well, it's starting to move here again. Kind of. But I will go ahead and just pause the video for now, and if it looks like it's going to actually make some sort of move in either direction, then I'll get, well, now it's moving potentially downwards here. I don't know. How do you, let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about these sorts of trades? Do you want to see them kind of just consolidate out, or should I just pause the video and get it rolling again when the price actually starts to move? All right, I am going to go ahead and pause it. All right, probably going to need to take the loss here. All out there, $234 loss. I just can't risk having this thing just completely collapse to the downside. I want to keep the hole small, give myself a fighting chance to be able to climb out of it. So I would still be interested if it wants to try again up around that area, but as of right now, yeah, that was just a good old-fashioned faulty breakout.
Annoying, right? I was so patient. I held and held and held. It was a beautiful looking breakout, great volume, everything, and then nothing, and I ultimately lost money. But by losing money, what does that mean? Well, that means my attention was freed up. My capital was freed up. I had the ability to go and start to look at other areas of the market with clarity of mind, right? Because I didn't have to watch another position. It was just on. So in other words, I opened back up my opportunities. So let's go to this next part from the very exact same day and see what happens next.
All right, watching Kodak here for a 960 potential break. I think if it can break up through that area, it's got some momentum it could find. I mean, it's definitely consolidated out here very, very nicely. Missed it. All right, well, I got 400 shares on the back test here. So I didn't chase, but now I want to let this thing work for me here. Oh, crap. All right, well, didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to exit the trade there for a 9-cent move. So that was just a user error on my part. Oh, well.
Now, yes, I did press some wrong buttons. I messed up the trade. But let's just assume quickly that I wasn't a moron and I didn't press the wrong buttons and I had stayed in the trade. But let's just think about that. Would I even have had the opportunity to be a moron on that trade had I decided to stay up here? Hold and hope. Hold and hope. I'm being patient. It was a beautiful setup. I'm entitled to a winning trade. Hold and hope. No, I would have been so laser focused on it, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, where I would never even been looking at KODK. And I would never been able to actually make that trade. But here's the kicker, and it offers up a painful reminder, but from a learning point of view, an awesome educational example. So yeah, you saw what began to happen with KODK, but let's kind of get the rest of the story with that one.
Oh, you moron. Well, that was a costly mistake, but I suppose if there's any sort of You can see right here. And then I'm just doing this just to show you that, I mean, this is what's available to everybody. Right there, I took $9.60 key upside break point, and wow, look at it go now. So congratulations to members that actually got in and then didn't press the wrong buttons like I did. No, I'm not saying that I would have still played that perfectly and sold the top. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, that was definitely the power of charts. Members had the same exact opportunity.
Oh, woo, brutal. Brutal. But again, just give me the dignity to, let's say, okay, Clay, let's just give you the credit that you weren't a moron. And I'm not saying that I would have played it perfectly. And I think I mentioned that in the live trade. But I wouldn't even have to come close to playing it perfectly for what? For me to actually get totally back into this frame of mind in terms of my account growth. Meaning my account growth would have grown. How? Well, because I lost money up here, that opened up the opportunity to find KODK. And because I had that opportunity, I would have been able to, like I said, wipe away that loss, plus put even more money into my account from that trade alone. Now, I also took another trade, which gave me, I think it was like $121. So working with that in combination with playing KODK even halfway right, I would have been back in the green. My account would have actually been growing. And where did that all come about? By losing money in the first place on FRAN. And this is what is known as opportunity cost. And this is the one that gets hidden quite a bit, is when you were holding and hoping, being stubborn, holding and hoping, you're missing out on the opportunity to go trade other things. This is a backbone concept in the world of economics, opportunity cost. So that is one cost that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But by taking the loss, by losing money, I didn't have that opportunity cost anymore. I was able to get out there on KODK. And then, of course, let's revisit Fran and take a look at the rest of the story.
Here we are looking at FRAN and the daily chart, and I wanted to quickly just do an FYI showing the past, basically a few weeks since that trade played out, and you can see that it could have been a very, very bad situation. That is right where all the action was taking place, and since then, again, this is basically from 3 weeks ago, the price has just drifted lower and lower and lower, and as of the recording of this video, currently at $5.35. So do the math on that, and it could have been a very, very nasty situation if I had gone to the mindset of hold and hope. It'll come back. All stocks eventually bounce back upwards. I mean, that's a very, very sticky situation I could have put myself in, because as you see right here over the past few weeks, it has not come back. It has only drifted lower and lower.
Absolutely brutal. Think about that. Not only would I have had the opportunity cost of KODK, but I would have had the more, I think the thought that most people think of is, well, you can always lose more. And that's true. In this situation, Fran got destroyed, as you just saw. So not only would I just had the missed opportunity for KODK, I would have had a much, much bigger losing trade in the first place. But because I decided to just lose money at a reasonable area by being a great loser, within the big picture of it all, I actually was able to grow my account. Now, I grew my account by like $6 when all was said and done with. But the pointer being, again, giving me a little dignity and assuming I'm not a moron, it should have been way more than just $6. But think about it. Even by me being a moron, because I lost money, because I was a great loser, I actually still grew my account by $6 on that day. So that is how you actually get ahead by losing money. You need to be disciplined. You need to manage risk. You need to have a system and protocol in place, because as soon as you go into stubborn mode, as soon as you go into thinking that the market owes you something, as soon as you insert any sort of negative sort of psychological game you play with yourself, not only are you costing yourself and opening up the possibility that your loss could just flat out get bigger, but you're also robbing yourself of that opportunity cost to maybe find something else out there that totally takes care of everything in one fell swoop. Assuming, of course, you're not a moron like I was on that one. But you get the idea. So just keep that in mind. You can indeed grow your trading account. And this is not necessarily just for stock trading, but this is for options trading, forex trading, cryptocurrency, future trading, any sort of trading. These principles apply. So get out there and get ahead. Grow your account by actually losing money. If you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed these videos, then quick request on my part, especially do you enjoy these live trade videos where I combine the blackboard with actual real life results? If you do, a very quick and efficient way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. Also, comments, questions, suggestions, please leave those down below. If you've ever watched any of my past videos, you know that I do reply and reply to all comments that are left. So do that. And then finally, check out the channel as a whole. If you enjoyed the live trade video snippets that you saw, I offer an entire playlist of live trade videos. So check that out on the channel. And hopefully you decide to ultimately hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But yeah, get out there, lose some money so that you can actually grow your account. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.